Hello, my friend. Today we're going to talk about finding your authentic voice and what that actually means and how it's a foundation for all current business ventures and will be a foundation going forward. So, without further ado, let's get started. When you're thinking about your authentic voice, there's a dilemma because if you are speaking to a close friend, if you're having fun and you're just having a conversation behind closed doors, you express yourself in a certain way. Now, do you express yourself that same way when you're in public? It's very difficult. So, in order to express yourself confidently online, it's like learning how to express yourself in public. And it's just a very different dynamic. Most people can just have ideas fly off of the top of their head when they're having conversation with a friend or family member. But when you start having an open dialogue in the world of social media and in the world of different channels, like whether it's TikTok or YouTube or any of the main channels where you communicate with people, treating it like it's a one on one conversation rather than you just broadcasting to nobody is critical in having any level of success. The closer that you can get to describing someone's life experience, someone you're trying to help, the more that your channel is going to grow and get traction. 100%. And you can look at any of the main large content creators that have multi multi the word is multimedia channels, which is multimedia is across multiple platforms. You'll see that they express themselves consistently, and the only adjustment they make is depending on the audience, not depending on whether they're in public or private. So when you're finding your authentic voice, the first thing that we should do is find out what is important to you. So when you're thinking about things that are important, what is something that you can talk about for hours without losing interest? Is it sports? Is it politics? Is it relationships? Is it money? Is it things that you do for fun, like hobbies, whether it's riding bikes or any sort of competitive sports? What is it that you can talk about for hours without ever losing interest? That is one of the core fundamentals of having something sustainable that doesn't feel like it's an absolute nightmare to create content around. So for me, what I like talking about is improving an individual to create a better life for them and their families. That's my jam. I talk about that all the time. I'm constantly aware of that. And what are the little things that we can do to create memories for our family that last a lifetime? That's what I'm talking about. So once we identify the value of your authentic voice, once we identify the type of channels or multimedia channels that you want, then we go to the balance of consumption versus creation. So it's really easy to consume and just dump information into our brain, filter it out, keep what we want, and get rid of the rest. But what happens when all you're doing is consuming information and you're never sharing it? You have a certain result, and usually that result is actually deterioration. If you're not constantly looking for a way to use the information that you're consuming, then you're just wasting away. Just there's no way around it. If you had your life living in consumption mode with zero output, you would most likely end up with no life at all. So we have to make sure that we're creating something as well as consuming with purpose. So if you're consuming with purpose, you do a search. I want to blank. I want to build a house. I want to build a channel. I want to build something special for my family. I want to go on vacation. You you consume with purpose, and then you use what you consume to take action on that in order to create the life that you want. So endlessly scrolling without purpose serves absolutely no one. except you getting through your day to survive, and it's a very selfish activity. So I challenge you, I challenge myself, watch our consumption versus our creation. And if you can get to a point where you're creating more than you consume, you're on the path to victory. So few people can actually accomplish this that if you do it, you get the rich rewards that are reserved for the select few that are willing to make that sacrifice to accomplish something great with their life. And there is nothing like creating your ideal life for you and your family and then experiencing it together as a fruit of all of your labors. So the foundation for the future is literally finding out what you're interested in, sharing about it, communicating about it regularly with enough people, and providing insight to other people who are interested in that same thing that just might not be as far along in your journey. Sharing that with them to create a foundation of people who are your fans, who are invested in you, invested in your voice, invested in your channels to make a success, to follow the projects you're working on and to get involved. Everyone is craving creation, and most people are just drained with consumption. So, the foundation of success in a multimedia channel approach is having your authentic voice, creating more than you consume, and then providing value to a specific person that is reaching more than just that one person, but encompassing a core group of friends who all have similar interests and want to accomplish something spectacular. If it's not something spectacular, at least to accomplish something. So, for example, if someone loves fishing and they wish they could just fish all day long, but it's expensive and they don't have residual income that can allow them to do that, so they have to go to work. If you were to create a multimedia channel about your adventures outside of work, fishing, and what you learn and how you learn it and how you apply it, and you were to share that from a creation standpoint regularly, eventually you would get a fan base of people who also wish they could go fishing all the time and wish they could get out of their job and fish and just get paid for fishing, not commercially, for fun. That group, that group of people that would create that core audience for that channel about fishing in your spare time in order to create a full-time income, that audience would be invested in your outcome and they would be living through you and hoping that they could do that themselves. Then you create a way, a path for other people to follow and accomplish what you've accomplished. Now you have a core group of friends that all fish for fun and don't have to work because they're paid for their fishing adventures. Not through the mainstream media, but through alternate media, through channels that you own, that people will support you because they love adventure, they love seeing difficult things, and everyone wants to pick a winner. So if you can accomplish something great like that, then your growth will be exponential and your options will be abundant. Now, when we go through something like this, oftentimes what happens is we get stuck. We're like, okay, this sounds cool. This sounds like a good idea, but how do I start? What's the first step? And then after you take the first step, you're like, I'm stuck again. I feel like it's mud and quicksand, and every step that I take is going to kick me off course and make me reevaluate my life decisions, make me question my integrity, make me question my ability to do something new, and make me go back and revert to consumption. Where if I just watch one more thing, I'll figure it out. If I just consume one more thing, just go watch TV, just go play video games, go do anything other than create until I'm ready. That's getting stuck. So, in order to get unstuck, the first thing we have to do is we have to analyze our minds. Is it something that's causing us to be stuck in our minds, or is it something causing us to be stuck in reality outside of our minds, in our environments? So, for example, if you want to create a new channel and you're going to do it about the fishing idea, then you would need to have fishing gear. If you don't have fishing gear, that's a reality problem. That's an environment problem. You need to figure out how to get the fishing gear that you need. Do you have a phone that can record in high quality? Do you have the necessary materials to accomplish your goal? If you have all the necessary materials and you're still not taking action to create, then it's something in your mind. So you have to analyze, okay, what is my emotional response when I attempt to create something? Okay, once you understand your emotional response, how do you change that? How do you integrate a new emotional response into what you're trying to think in order to create and live your dream life? Then, if you're unstuck, if you're moving, it's a matter of how fast are you moving, what direction are you going, and is that sustainable? Can you do it for a long time? 30 days, 60 days, a year, the rest of your life? Most of us cannot commit to doing something regularly for the rest of our lives except eating and breathing. But if you can commit to a certain time when you're going to accomplish something difficult, it makes it so you can move forward without feeling like you're stuck with an expectation that's going to hold you back from expressing yourself. Because if you express that you're going to do something really difficult and then you don't do it, it feels awful. Boom, we get stuck. Even if we have everything we need to succeed, we get stuck. So if we can get unstuck, we know that what we're going to do is going to lead to the path that we want in the lifestyle that we want on a regular basis. That's about all we can hope for. Is my activity going to result in the lifestyle that I want and I want for my family? And if it is, how can I do that activity regularly? So, you've got an idea. You know where you're going, you know what you want to do. Then you have to decide. Are you going to be the rabbit or are you going to be the hare? Or are you going to be the turtle? So if you're going to be the rabbit or the hare, that means you're going to go fast, you're going to go swiftly, you're going to go when no one expects it, and you're going to go at it with your whole heart. You're going to push yourself, you're going to accomplish difficult things, you're going to imagine for yourself what you're going to do before you do it, and then you're just going to go all in. You're going to do the maximum amount with whatever time you allocate to accomplish the biggest valued activity, which is creation. By creating content in a multimedia platform, it's going to give you the most opportunities in the future based on our current world. If you don't see that, do some research. You'll see pretty quickly that by having your own multimedia approach to a channel, you'll be able to monetize how you want, accomplish what you want financially, fulfill your life with happiness, share your passions, in engage with friends like you've never engaged before, because they will be in a state of awareness of what you're accomplishing, and they'll be able to ask you interesting questions that you can then elaborate on. So, success loves speed. You must decide if you want to go fast or if you want to go slow. Go slow is that you learn a little bit every single day. Let's just say you learn at a rate of 0.3% improvement each day. So you improve a word that you say, you improve you could improve the way that you record, you can improve the way that you talk, you can improve the way that you fish, you can improve just a little bit every single day. No big shifts, no big changes, just slow and steady wins the race. If you do that every year at a 0.3%, you will improve double. You'll improve over 100% of where you were the previous year. Let's say you want to learn the piano and you only improve 0.3% every single day, you will double your piano skills in a year. It will work. It will take a lot longer. You're not going to become a master very quickly, but you're going to have a long journey, and you can share your journey with those who are also turtles. They will relate. They will want to see you succeed. They will push you. You'll have a built-in accountability because you're creating content based around what you're interested in with people that are interested in it as well, and then that will work. It's just slow. So you may succeed, but you're not going to go from 0 to 100K in that year, very likely. Some people do it, Most of the time it doesn't happen, but you will get there eventually if you continue to learn and improve. Because 1 year doubling, and then another year doubling, and another year doubling, if you just apply that to your income, you could go from 15K to 30K to 60K to 120K to 240K in 5 years. People are doing it all the time. Look at all these YouTube channels with all the subscribers that just get paid for creating. It's unbelievable. And not a lot of them don't even know how to monetize properly. They're just saying, okay, YouTube, pay me for whatever. I don't really care. I don't need more than this money anyways. But if you have a big vision and you want to accomplish something great, what if you were to improve 100% in 1 day? What if your income improved 100% in 1 day? You could go from having a $1 day to a $2 day to a $4 day to an $8 day. It's crazy. It reminds me of the story of the penny that doubles. So you ask a friend, okay, would you rather have $100,000 right now today, or would you rather have a penny that doubles every day for 30 days? So what would you rather? 100K right now, or a penny that doubles every day? So if you took the penny that doubles every day, you would have one penny that would then go to 2 pennies, that would then go to 4, then go to 8, then go to 16, then go to 32. So after a week, you're still only at 64 cents. You sure you want to take the penny that doubles, or you want to take the 100K? So let's do 10 days. I didn't keep track, so let's see how many we've done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was 6 days. So let's keep going. There's 7, you're at $1.28. There's 8, you're at $2.56. There's 9, you're at $5.12. There's 10. After 10 days, you're at $10.24 from that penny doubling. $10 versus 100,000. So let's keep going. Let's do another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another 10 days. So we're at 20 days. At 20 days of that penny doubling, you're at $10,000, $10,485.76. After 20 days of that penny doubling. The 100K better? Now let's check. This next 10 days, this is exactly how it will work when you create your own multimedia channel, when you create your own content, when you tap into your authentic self and you share it publicly, and you find your friends, you find your audience who connects and relates with what you're accomplishing, and then you find a way to monetize effectively, to provide value to your audience to help improve their lives. Let's do another 10 days. We're at $10,485 right now from a penny that doubles. So we'll do another 10 days and get to our 30. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After 10 days of a penny doubling, you end up with $10,737,418. Too bad for the person who chose 100,000 today, because they just gave up 10 million. Are you giving up $10 million in order to have your $100,000 salary, where you go to work and you're miserable and you just have to deal, and then you come home and you consume to try and get through your day where you are creating for someone else? Why not go to the penny that doubles, start creating your own authentic voice, and get access to an unlimited amount of potential that you could tap into, depending on how quickly you can improve? That is my challenge for you. Pick. Can you spend 1 hour, 2 hours a day learning to create something that you're interested in to share with people who are also interested in it with you, so that you can set yourself apart, so that you can overcome any adversity that you need with the power of the hive mind? It's been wonderful chatting with you today, my friends. I hope I'm able to break this down into bite-sized pieces for you to enjoy, and I look forward to the next episode. This is Ryan Anderson. Have a good day.